Hello everyone, I am Raphael Ray. Today is April 20, 2023. So, the manslaughter charges against Alec Baldwin have just been dropped, which does not surprise me at all. And what else does not surprise me is that the same charges against the innocent armorer who checked to make sure there were no live rounds in the gun prior to filming are remaining. Now, none of this was her fault, because she made sure the gun did not have live rounds in it, and she cleared it. Well, apparently, after she did, someone snuck live rounds into the revolver, or maybe replaced the cylinder, the carousel, with one that had live rounds. And Alec Baldwin shot the choreographer, making it look like an accident. Well, here's what's especially sneaky about this case. They said they're willing to refile the charges if more evidence has come up. And incidentally, when have you ever heard a case that was waiting for new evidence after charges were dropped? Anyway, the thing is, all of the evidence that could have come up has already been revealed. So nothing more can be shown. So they're trying to show that they're willing to go for justice, but they're doing it in such a way to make sure they can't. This all fits into this current era, where there are countless cases where good people are held accountable when they didn't do anything wrong, and in other cases they were tricked and provoked into doing something wrong because someone got them to think something that would get them to react legitimately in a case where it would be illegitimate. Like this case of the 81-year-old who shot the black 16-year-old. And the black kid said that he made it look like that he simply went to the wrong house when he was just picking up his younger brothers. That is the evil that is going on in this country. That is how sneaky everything is going now. Good people are tricked and provoked, and even when they still didn't do anything wrong, like the armorer, they're still facing consequences. But in the case of the Rust set shooting, the armorer is facing the same charges that Alec Baldwin should be convicted of. Usually, they'll charge innocent people with completely separate things altogether, providing it seems to fit. What's even sneakier is what's happening to me. Now that I've stopped giving meaningful glares at staff at the public library, now that I know that counts as staring, apparently, they are now vilifying me over these slight glances I do just to recognize who is who, and seeing what everyone's doing, and just to be sure that my mind is perceiving what I'm thinking, because I can't always be sure about. I was taught not to be sure about what my own mind is thinking. I was brainwashed as a kid by my sister, who said, "How do you know they're doing this? Maybe it's that. Maybe it's this or that." So she tricked me into not being sure of my own mind. So I have to look directly at people to be sure of what's going on around me. And because I don't really pay my attention to how people look, I mainly recognize them by the clothes they're wearing. So when I look down at their torsos to see what tops they have on, to see if it's the same person I saw a few hours ago, they think that's something to vilify me over. I promised the library staff that I would do better at managing my conduct, and I have been. So, because I'm not going to the full extent they want me to, because I still want to be aware of my surroundings because of what people are. They're now getting on me. They're now vilifying me over the slight things that I'm still doing. And this is on a day that there is something election related, I think, is going on. But the next election is about a month from now, so it may or may not have to do with that. But anyway, I guess all of this conjoins together because it's all happening simultaneously. When there's evil going on, there's something more evil to vilify the good guys, like at around the same time. I think it's a means to keep the bad guys more calm and feeling more comfortable, because they are insecure because of the evil that they're doing. So at the same time, they need to vilify the good guys to feel more secure with themselves. What else is going on? What else went on today that is corrupt is that, well, actually, Proposition 412 actually came out a couple months ago, about 1 month ago. I saw the signs on people's lawns about a month ago. I'm sorry I keep pausing my speech. I keep losing track of my thoughts because my mind is very unstable. I'm always being diverted with other thoughts. Or maybe that's not the definition of unstable-minded. But anyway, the thing about Proposition 412 is that it's going to have, it's going to turn Tucson into what is called a 15-minute city. Like you can only drive you can only drive across it for like a 15 minutes worth drive, or I don't know what 15 minutes means, but you can look it all up on 412facts.com. That's 412facts.com. Well, that's all I have to say for now. I am Raphael Ray, keeping my own honesty alive in the world that wants it dead.